Yo, what's up guys? So welcome again to our channel. So for today's video, we're going to do our weekly trade recap again on Euro USD from November 6th to November 10, 2023. So here is my statistics for this week's trade. So on Monday, didn't have a trade. Tuesday, 2 wins and 1 loss. Wednesday, we have 1 win and 2 losses. And then Thursday, we have 3 wins. Friday, we have 2 wins. So total trades taken 11, and we have a win of 8, and we have 3 losses for this week's trade. So without further ado guys, let's go ahead and do our weekly trade recap. Okay guys, so let's go start our trade recap here on Tuesday, since I don't have a trade on Monday, November 6th, because I was off the chart that day. So let's go forward to this Tuesday here. So for our first trade of the week, Tuesday here, so you can see, so I entered this trade when this sell side liquidity has been swept here. This one here, sell side liquidity has been swept. Then when the price tapped this sell side liquidity, so I just go to 1 minute time frame here. So 1 minute time frame here, this sell side liquidity. So we have here this first internal market structure shift and an FVG form here. This one, FVG. There. And then market structure shift. This is the true market structure shift happen. So we form here some liquidities to be taken out. So that's the my sign that the price will go back to my entry. So yes, we get a pullback on this area, on this FVG. See this tap? We have a tap on this FVG. But because of this spread, we have an entry here above this FVG. So then we target just 1:3. Here's my stop loss, 3.5 pips, and profit level of 10.5 pips. So 1:3 risk reward ratio. So that's for our first trade. So let's go for our second trade here during New York session. So here guys, resistance becomes support. So didn't took the trade here, even this internal market structure shift, since I was late looking at the chart. So I tried to enter at this higher time frame fair value gap, 15 minutes, since it is in line also with this current support. Yes, current support that becomes resistance on this area. So we have here a sweep here, clear market structure shift, and entered at this breaker here above discounted zone, because if we use Fibonacci, so that's on the discounted part, discounted zone to sell after market structure shift. So you can see here we have a loss, even though we have here a good displacement, good entry, one touch, but yet the price goes against our entry. So that's our first loss. So for our next trade here, so another sell side liquidity. Actually, this is outside of the New York session, but since New York kill zone, I mean, but since we are still on the chart during this time, so we see this sell side liquidity has been swept, and then another liquidity sweep here. This one. Then clear market structure shift happen with this displacement, and then a lot of rejection happened in this area. So I entered at this breaker block, and then target this 1:3 risk reward ratio. So that's my trade during Tuesday. So 2 wins and 1 loss. Okay, let's go back on the 15 minutes time frame to look for the next day's trade. So on the next day, Wednesday, it's November 8th. So this was my losing trade on London. Since we have here, I've seen here this top here. As you can see, top on FVG. And then this becomes my demand zone here. So the price stops here on the demand zone. So let's go back down to 1 minute time frame to look for our entry. So here guys, as you can see, we have a top here on our, what do you call this, demand zone, 15 minutes time frame demand. Market structure shift happen, internal market structure, and then through market structure shift with this displacement. So my first entry at this fair value gap, targeting a 1:3. So we didn't catch any partial since the price did not hit this first buy side liquidity. So we have here our first loss. And then for our second trade, since it is still inside our demand zone when this sweep happened, here another sweep, and then a market structure shift here, this one. So I tried to enter again at this zone, but unfortunately guys, we got stopped out again. So I decided to close the chart for this session and look for a possible setup on New York session. So let's go back again here for the next trade. Here guys, you can see here. So this previous day low has been taken out. And then market structure shift happened. Actually guys, I choose to enter at this trade on this 5 minutes time frame. Where's that? This one here. This 5 minute time frame. Sweep here and then market structure shift. And then this 5 minutes demand zone. So this was my choice of entry during New York session. Target this 1:3 risk reward ratio. 4 pips for stop loss and then 12 pips for take profit. So that's how we did for Wednesday. 2 losses and 1 win. So let's go back again on the next day on the 15 minutes time frame. Okay guys, so we are now on our next day, Thursday. That's November 9, 2023. So here we have, as we can see here, we have here this previous day high and a sell side liquidity. And as we can see guys, that the price at this section or at this area is currently accumulating. So we are expecting that during London or New York might have a possible manipulation and a seek and destroy type of movement. So on our first trade here, so now let's go back to let's go down to 1 minute time frame as the price taps this Asia low. It's 1 minute time frame. Where is that? Here guys. So here guys, so as we can see here guys, that when the price taps this Asia low and we've made this another sweep here inside London kill zone, this one. So internal market structure shift happen, and then an FVG here. So here's the FVG. So when the price was consolidating, or we have accumulation, slight accumulation around this FVG. So I took my entry at this point here, 30. Stop loss 3 pips and target just 1:2 since I have here this higher time frame supply. So it might have a possible reaction on this 15 minutes since we have a daily bias going short. So yes, indeed, we have here this reaction on this 15-minute supply. And then we have here this market structure shift. So I entered at this fair value gap. Then we have here this like pullback around this area. So, and then we have here this take profit hit, just 1:3 risk reward ratio. Okay, so for our next trade during New York session, this one here, their sell side liquidity has been swept or has been taken. We have internal market structure shift and then an FVG around this area. Actually, this might be the possible first entry here when this internal market structure shift happen, because we have here this FVG displacement pullback at this FVG. So if we could enter, if we did entry at this point, we might have take profit at an earlier state, but took this trade again, and luckily we made this 1:3 risk reward ratio with this type of market. Okay, so for the next day, Friday, let's go back again to 15 minutes time frame. So last day, November 10, 2023, that's on yesterday, Friday. So here's our trade, guys. So previous day low was taken out. So I'm expecting that we might have a pullback again before going down, since our bias is still on the bearish. We have a fair value gap on a daily time frame below. So previous day low was taken out. Then let's go down to 1 minute time frame for our entry. Here, as you can see here, this was the 1 minute time frame. But as you can see here, we don't have any clear entry, since we have here breaker block, lot of FVGs, and this FVG was too far from a market structure shift. So I tried 3 minutes time frame, and we have seen an opportunity at this area. 3 minutes market structure shift, fair value gap. So entered at this fair value gap here, 70 pips, 7 pips, and then 21 pips for take profit. Actually, I took partial at 1:2 and then leave a runner for this final take profit area, since 70 is a high risk for me, or 7 pips is a high risk for me. So I was limiting my SL from 3 to 5 if I'm targeting a 1:3 risk reward ratio. If above 5 pips, so I'm targeting a 1:2 risk reward ratio. So luckily, as we can see here, after a tap here on this 3 minutes FVG, we've reached this take profit. So our partial is at 14 pips here. That was my partial, and then I set my SL to break even for risk-free trade. Yeah. So for our next trade, as we can see here, we have a reaction on the supply, 15-minute supply. Going back here, 15-minute supply. This reaction. So let's go now to 1 minute time frame again. So for our first trade, for our first entry here, we have here this first internal market structure shift. Let's say internal market structure. Let's put I. Internal market structure shift, and then another market structure shift around this area. So first entry at this FVG after internal market structure shift, targeting 1:3, and then for a second entry at this FVG again, targeting a 1:2, since we have here 1:3, and we have here a bigger stop loss. Like I said earlier, if above 5 pips, I'm just targeting 1:2. 8 pips for stop loss and 16 pips for take profit area. So that's my final trade or my last trade of the week. And then again, we've made another profitable week for this last week's market movement. So okay guys, hope you enjoy this video again, and hope to see you again or on our next video, and have a good day guys. Thank you for tuning in again on our iGain Forex Trade channel.